Verse 112. If there is non-discriminative knowledge, it is not in accord with reason to say that individual realities exist. Because of mind with a capital M, there are no individual forms, and therefore we speak of non-discriminative knowledge. If you haven't listened to the previous video, then I urge you to do so, because that was about establishing ourselves in the realm of what verse number 110 calls no appearance. And in the previous video I suggested how this might be done. Verse 111 said that the error is to see multiplicity. And you might think, well, this is the obvious thing to see. But are you seeing multiplicity in a dream? We call it a dream. It's the one thing that's being experienced, and yet within that we experience multiplicity. So that gives you some kind of conceptual, intellectual understanding. But we need to realize this realm of no appearance, of non-discriminative knowledge for ourselves, because then it becomes obvious that multiplicity or individual realities do not exist. There are no individual forms when there is self-realization. When you realize the self, the discriminating mind is no longer in ascendance. Self-realization is when the attention is no longer being hijacked by apparent multiplicity. There's a great stream going on. We can call it the stream of experiencing. This stream is one thing, but within it there are eddies and little whirlpools going on. The attention gets sucked into them and starts believing that they're independent entities. But just like whirlpools and eddies in a body of water, there's only the water. These are simply patterns that are discerned in the water. They're discriminated. They're set apart from the great body, the great flow of experiencing. The great flow of experiencing, the great river, the great ocean has got nothing to do with such discriminations. They are irrelevant to it. This is referred to here as mind, spelt with a capital M. Verse 113 tells us the sense organs are to be known as Maya. The sense fields, that's the fields of sight, sound, and so on, resemble a dream. Actor, act, and acting, they do not at all in reality exist. In your dream you're seeing things, you're hearing things, you're touching, tasting and smelling things, but in reality they do not exist. The actor in the dream, the act and the acting, they are the result of delusional discrimination. This is the argument we give, though, isn't it, for saying that there's multiplicity out there. There's a lot of entities and things going on. Rather than blame the discriminating mind, we say that we're experiencing all this through the senses. That's the story we give ourselves, that's the story we tell, that's the story we're taught. We do not question this. Even spiritual teachers talk in terms of the senses. If you look into it, which I've done in the past, in previous series of videos, then it doesn't make sense. This understanding by which we somehow experience internally an objective physical world through the medium of the senses, that way of thinking is so full of loopholes and makes no sense logically or philosophically. But don't take my word for it, look into it, look into it. So verse 113 tells us to regard the sense organs as Maya. They are the model of delusion. Bypass them completely. Come back to what is here. Come back to what is here. See how close you can truly get to yourself.